Hi, I'm Renita from BlackMat TV, and I'm here with Coach Koon. Coach Koon, tell our viewers what BlackMat is all about.
BlackMat MMA is a non-profit organization reaching out to high-risk kids, teaching them mixed martial arts. We started 6 years ago with one kid, and it's grown to 30-plus kids. We have a couple of programs with the mixed martial arts. Is a drug and alcohol program as well as a after-school program.
What does it take to keep BlackMat moving forward?
A lot of dedicated coaches, a lot of time, and donations. We're run by donations, and everything that you see is from donations.
Coach, what is the future for BlackMat?
Well, we're hoping to get out of the garage. The garage fits anywhere from 20 to 30 kids. We're hoping to stay in the city of Whittier. What we're looking for is actually just 4 walls, an empty warehouse, something in the city that we can open it up to and touch more kids. I'm looking to hopefully touch as many as 40 to 50 kids at a time.
Hi, I'm Renita with BlackMat TV, and we're here with Joe Camacho. So Joe, what brings you to this unique group?
Well, I was pretty much inspired with Coach Phil Koon, what he has going on over here at BlackMat. I was on the IFL website, and it was on the front page, and I read the whole article, and I was pretty wowed with what his whole nonprofit organization he has here, and that's exactly what my goal is, to have my own nonprofit, in East Los Angeles, since that's where I'm from, and Whittier's just a couple of cities away, so I felt like, hey, it's really cool because we have a coach on one side and me, and I'm also a coach too. I'm on the other side, and we all have the same dream. So, I wanna just give my knowledge and share it with those that, want to fight or want to train. Yeah, steer them in the right direction.
Okay, yeah. Great. And how did you get involved in mixed martial arts?
Well, I've always been a fan of martial arts. Watching Kung Fu theater as a kid, or I was a Taekwondo student as a little youngster, and just growing up through the whole evolution of mixed martial arts, and watching the UFC, I just fell in love with the sport, and I just wanted to try it for myself. And I never thought I'd be a pro fighter. I was going to be a pro skater at one time, skateboarder, and I ended up just falling into fighting.
How do you keep focused and stay on the right path?
Well, I just associate myself with positive people, and I just stick to just a solid group of good friends and good pros, people that can guide me in the right direction, and just if I want to be that the champion, then I got to act already as a champion, and feel like I'm already a champ, and that keeps me focused, and I have that drive to go out there and just be a world champion, and maybe one day, have people looking up to me. They themselves, will become a champion too. So,
Great. Yeah. And who's your role model?
I don't really have just one role model. I have a lot of role models, but right now, I'd say my mother. My mother's like really my biggest role model, because my mother, she raised me on her own. She raised me growing out. I mean, me and my mom, we were like, Bonnie and Clyde, my mom's my best friend, so she's the one that pushed me and just told me to follow my dream, and that's what I'm doing.
And what message could you leave to the kids today?
Just don't ever let anyone say you can't do it. Just my message is, if you have a goal, go after your goal. Don't quit, don't give up. Because later on down the line, years later, you're gonna hit yourself in the head saying, man, why did I quit? Just keep going. Don't stop. If you have a goal, go after it. Don't let anyone bring you down. If you have anyone pulling you down, just turn away and just look for that positive reinforcement. You need to be hanging around with positive people, and that's just pretty much what I have to say is just keep trucking. Don't quit.
Great. Thank you, Joe Camacho. Thank you, Coach Koon, Joe Camacho, and BlackMat. This is Renita for BlackMat TV. See you real soon, and may God bless you. This small training space helps a group of kids in a huge way to stay off the streets. you can help BlackMat with your donation so that they can grow into a bigger space and help a larger number of boys and girls to stay on the right path. Every kid is special and deserves a chance to cultivate their talents and gifts so they have the tools to get through life. This place is BlackMat. The website address is www.blackmat.org. This is Renita with BlackMat TV. Thank you and have a blessed day.